The lore voice pack is lore related. If you want to have a sequel to this, which there is, you should watch my 2.0 debut or outfit reveal, which should be in my channel. There's a sequel to this, right? We had Cass, Roscoe, Gale, and Nick's voice acts for me during that voice pack. And, you know, it leads up all the way to the voice pack, right? If you're a lore enthusiast, there's a lot of story in there. It's very inspired by the Book of Memories. So, you know, all of the details that are in my memberships, you can find them there in the lore. And I want to give the credits because the script for this, let me read this little message that I was sent by Ruby Mane. It says, so the initial idea, so the way it works for the 2.0 is the initial idea was given by me, was made by me. They asked me, please, you know, give us like some lore stuff, you know, for the script and whatever. And I was like, okay, so this is what I want. I didn't want to go too deep into the past because I wanted the theme for this 2.0 to be a new beginning. And that's why the title of the stream for the 2.0 is a new beginning. We're starting anew, right? I am focusing on what's in front of me instead of keep on having thoughts of the past, right? Just moving on and just cherishing what I have in front of me, like you heard in the 2.0 video, right? So I told them that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something more lore, but present rather than past, right? Which is something that we haven't really touched in recently, because everything lore related has been the past. But lore doesn't necessarily have to be past, right? It could also include present lore, right? More and more in the present day, like how I'm feeling, like a little bit more intimate in that sense. Like, you know, you get to know how I feel about these events and all of that, and what I think about and all of that, right? You can find all of that in the lore voice pack. They take that, right? They take my initial idea / concept and they refine it to integrate, like, you know, all of the things that I wanted into the voice pack and expand obviously upon it. And this was, let me see, the script was written by Ruby Mane and then checked by Diamane. Yeah, right. And then they give it back to me, right? And they tell me, okay, is this good? Is this what you wanted to include? Does this touch the points of your concept and whatnot? And yeah, I mean, most of it was good. I don't think I actually changed anything. I think it was perfect. I think Ruby Mane really does like get me a lot, like in the sense for like the voice packs and stuff. They're pretty good. They're pretty good at that, right? It's very rare the times that I actually have to like change something. But yeah, it was good. And then I have to like say like, okay, this is good. If I have any changes, I'll change it. And I have to pass that to Diamane, and then Diamane has to, like, you know, make sure that everything's okay and blah blah blah. Yeah. So the Winter Day VP idea was your idea. Everything actually was, except for the 1 year. The 1 year anniversary was different. I think it was actually written by a different person too. And we did get to choose a lot of things for, like, you know, to talk about. So we always have like a touch of ourselves into the voice packs, right? Sometimes we have to write a whole like line. Sometimes we can change some things. Sometimes we can add names to things, right? Like for example, well, I'm not gonna spoil it. I mean, there's no spoiling anymore. But for the people that have read the voice pack or the voice packs for the 1 year anniversary, you may know that the places that we are in have names, and all of those names were given by us, right? So yeah, like that's an example. Written by the same person. Oh, it was written by the same person. I thought it was written by someone else. What, am I confusing that one with another voice pack? Maybe I am. I might just be confused. But yeah, that's usually how it goes. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. if you were curious as to know like the behind the scenes song about the original song, actually. Whew. So I'm looking for a different direction for an original song. So I don't even know if I'm gonna have an original song this year. I really want to. I really want to. But I am so busy this year because I'm already planning like I'm planning a huge event, right? So it's taking a lot of my time. Right? Taking a lot of my time, and I didn't want to have like how do you say, like, I mentioned this with Dear Yesterday, but Dear Yesterday is a song that's literally dear to me. It's not a song that was like meant to just go out as an original song. Like, oh yeah, he put out an original song, like, wow, that's it. No. Dear Yesterday is more like a personal thing that is also lore, right? So it's a different type of song. However, the direction that I want to take with my next original song is a little more pop, a little more out there. Yeah, I want, you know, I want it to be like, I guess taking a little in a different direction than Yesterday. Yeah. So I want to have more help. I already have like a concept that I want. Obviously, I'm not gonna talk about it. But I'm gonna need like a lot more help than with Dear Yesterday. So. So no connection to the lore at all? No connection. No. Not connected at all. It's just something more out there, you know, like less, I guess, something that can go outside of the VTuber, you know, sphere, I guess you would say, right? Because I want to pursue music, right? I want to do more music. And I don't want to just be stuck in like doing lore songs and stuff like that. I love them though, and I will still keep doing them. But I think for my next song, I want something more different. I want to experiment, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a little different. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes whenever the time comes. It might take a long time. Yeah. Finding the people to work with and stuff like that, it's, you know, might be difficult. But yeah, I want to make sure that my music is not just locked into like this, right? I want to make sure that my music goes more outside of this. Like, I'm gonna spoil you guys so hard for the remainder of the year. You guys have no idea. There's gonna be so many cool things. A lot of things that you guys asked for last year, I'm doing my best to have them all together this year. And possibly one of the biggest events since the Avallum Cup, possibly. I don't think it's gonna be that lengthy as that. It'll be a little more like viewer experience, like watchable, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. Yeah. You'll have to wait for that one though. I think it's going to be, how would you say it? I think if I would to describe it, I would say it would be one for the books, you know? It would be like a VTubing history stream, or not stream, but, you know, events, I guess. Let me see if what was the inspo on the design on your cardigan? I noticed a dagger and heart, if I'm correct. So this over here, by the way, I had nothing to do with this. There's nothing behind it. This decision was made by Keki Mama. Yeah. They decided to do that design in the flowers and the dagger. That was all their decision. Same for everything that's over here. You know, all of the inside stuff. That was all their decision. What was the original concept idea for the 2.0? Like, was there a keyword? Yeah. My keywords were casual, comfy, right? But I wanted to maintain some of the vibes of the 1.0, like the colors, right? And I didn't want to go too far into like something different straight up from the bat, right? Like for a 2.0, I didn't want to go too different. How much would you say was your input versus Maune-san's input? Could you break it into a percentage? I would say it would be like 50-50, because the thing is, they can't work with anything without a concept given by us, right? So they can't just like bring an idea, right? Because they have to ask us for it. It's like I complete the idea and then they do the rest, right? So let's say, for example, I put on like some images, right? Some examples of it, like a little more like, boyfriend was also one of the keywords. Yeah, boyfriend, vibes was one of the keywords. Then, I do all of that. I do like a little mood board. I sent some references, some images to Maune-san. And then Diamane took over from there and added fashion. And they asked for feedback. They don't just like be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this because this is what I want. They don't do that. So like they show, like they try to help, right? With like things and like they work with all the reference that I gave. And then they're like, okay, watch all these videos about fashion. So I watched like, I think there was like 3 or 4 different videos about fashion. There was like French fashion, I guess European French, same thing. European fashion, fashion from like all over the world, right? Korean fashion, Japanese fashion, right? All of that. And I watched all of those, and then I selected the ones that I liked, and then we graphed from there, and we put it in the mood board, right? And then Maune-san just organized it a little more cleaner, because I'm a mess. I'm a mess with like organizing stuff on mood boards, right? And obviously they have to translate it after, so like they just take over that. So yeah, I would say it's like 50-50, right? Because they can't work with anything if I don't give them an idea. Just curious, why do you have your name printed on the sweater? That was okay. That's a funny one too. So this model was made before Dear Yesterday was released, right? And my idea was that I want to put Dear Yesterday here, and I wanted this to be merch, but the 2.0 wouldn't come out until after, right? So we ended up just putting my name in there. There was nothing, but I wanted something. I just wanted my name. I wanted some sort of Easter egg.